I will say we're much further along now than I thought we would be 10 years ago. Perennial wheat take longer, perennial maize quite a bit longer, although again with these new plant breeding tools it might be better. So I think there's a lot of hope. We can do this if we put some resources toward it. And I do think getting perennial grain crops is a reasonable next step. On climate mitigation through soil carbon storage, if that is possible, despite the challenges of it's a lot easier to lose soil carbon than to gain it. Getting it out is much easier and faster than getting it back in. But if that is going to be a big component, I think perennials are going to have to be a big part of that. Fewer inputs mean fewer greenhouse gas emissions in the planting and so on. More roots below ground mean more carbon. On the adaptation side, I think the picture is much clearer, much more positive. We have good evidence in excessive rainfall events or drought events or uncertain weather conditions. Perennials do have generally much better resilience. But it's important to put things in perspective, I think, on this. So if we take the relative volumes of some of our key resources that support agriculture, here's the atmosphere. If we bunched it all up, that's the relative volume compared to the overall size of the planet. This is all water, which is more than what we have access to in agriculture. The liquid water portion is a bit smaller. But of course, what are we missing in this picture?
Soil.
Thank you. There's liquid fresh water. So already in many parts of the world, we're diverting over 60% of the available fresh water to agriculture. So we've got, we're kind of up against that limit. But what we're really limited on, and I see it in my work in Africa very clearly, this soil resource, non-renewable and very vulnerable, very fragile. So